President Trump is still trying to defend himself after he allegedly used vulgar language to refer to third world countries during the immigration debate. Political analyst Jackie Bally and Dallas Jones are here to break down the latest developments. Good morning to you both, and thanks for being here.
Good morning.
Okay, Republicans are doubting the credibility of the one Democrat who apparently was in the meeting with the president when the alleged word was said. When he was referring to African countries. Is there reason to doubt a Democrat who has been in the halls of Congress for quite some time?
In 2013, this particular Democrat, Durbin, did something that was very similar under President Barack Obama. Similar circumstances, he was in a private meeting, and he said certain things were said and done, and at the time, President Barack Obama had to issue a public statement denouncing the statements of Durbin. Durbin has a dislike of our current president, so yes, there's lots of reasons why you should be questioning the statements coming from him. Also, you've had multiple senators who've had press conferences and the Secretary of Homeland Security who have all denounced those statements and said the president did not make those statements.
Many of the Republican senators have said, I don't recall. That's not a denial, but it's not an affirmation.
Look, Jose, as we celebrate today the King, Dr. King holiday, he reminded us of a fierce urgency of now. I think as we watch this presidency, we are constantly reminded of that urgency Dr. King spoke of. Listen, Dick Durbin is a respected member of the United States Senator, but in addition to that, Senator Lindsey Graham, who is also a member of the president's party, also said that the statements were basically true. And as we talk about week after week, these things are not created out of air. It's unfathomable that he would say that about African countries and Haiti as well. You know, my wife being of Haitian descent, her family being good people that have made a great living here in this country and helped to make it a better place. You know, it's not fair to American families to be made to feel like they're being left out of the dream of this country.
Okay, on another issue, the Democrats are wanting a deal on DACA in order to make sure that the government funding bill goes through. Do you see any type of a compromise coming up?
Well, if you listen to both sides of the aisle, no. Democrats have said that they are going to force a government shutdown if illegals are not allowed to stay here. March 18, 2018 is when the deadline is approaching. You've even seen many in Mexico who actually look at the policy and politics of our country. And as they see that the president and members of Congress have not cut a deal, the funding for the wall has not been approved, we had 40,000 illegals enter our country, 40,000 in the month of November alone. So they are realizing that nothing's being done, so they're coming into the country illegally. Both the presidents and many Republicans and many independents, Harvard just released a poll that said independents feel that border security needs to be looked at, feel that we need to increase our security, we need to build the wall. But you have many Democrats who feel these illegals are going to be their voters and don't want to have that happen. So shutting down the government is what they're threatening to do.
Well, first of all, Democrats don't believe that illegal immigrants can vote. But furthermore, you know, look, I think everyone is for border security and making sure that we're safe. However, the dreamers that have built a life in this country deserve to stay in. I applaud the Senate Democrats, even if it forces a government shutdown, for standing for justice and using every legislative tool at their hands to be able to force this Republican Senate and House to really bring about true compromise and true immigration reform.
Well, we'll just have to see what happens in the next week or so, but it looks like the activity in Washington is definitely picking up. Jackie, thank you. Dallas, thank you for joining us this morning.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Sally.